President Bola Tinubu has described former governor of Jigawa State, Sule Lamido, as an astute and one of the most experienced politicians in Nigeria today. President Tinubu, who was represented by the Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, at the launch of a book, Being True to Myself, he said Sule Lamido is also a staunch member of Nigeria's political revolution, whom they differ in ideologies but are together in thoughts for a better Nigeria.
Politician and public servant who served as Nigeria's Foreign Affairs Minister between 1999 and 2003, and then went on to become the elected governor of Jigawa State between 2007 and 2015. He also happened to be one of the most experienced Nigerian politicians around, having served as a member of the House of Representatives in the Second Republic and the National Secretary of the Social Democratic Party during the sadly aborted Third Republic. His wealth of knowledge and experience is definitely an asset that ought to be shared with the world, and it is heartwarming that he has gone ahead to do this in his book. Serious and intentional documentation is a critical part of nation building, and every new book from a Nigerian political actor is to be welcomed, to be read, and to be debated. This is not merely the unveiling of a book, it is the celebration of a life defined by courage, consistency, commitment to democratic ideals, politicians.
President Tinubu says he welcomes criticism in his government, but they must be constructive. However, in his address as special guest of the event, former President Olusegun Obasanjo said Lamido, at the time he was governor, was one of those he had always admired in the area of performance, as he was able to deliver on his mandate.
Sule Lamido has admirable character, and I admire him. When I appointed the ministers, because I did not want a situation where a minister would do something wrong, and I would want to say, look, Mr. Minister, thank you, you can go. And there would be problem. I said all my ministers should give me undated letters of resignation. Sule Lamido came to me and said, you appointed me, and I did not ask you to appoint me. You think I will fall? You appointed me, and I didn't ask you to appoint me. But any day you find me unworthy of the assignment you have given me, give me 5 minutes, I will give you my letter of resignation. But please excuse me from giving you undated letter of resignation.
Also President of the Senate in the Third Republic, Senator Yochia Ayu, the book reviewer, commended the former Jigawa State Governor Sule Lamido for finding time to write a book. He says Lamido, being born into a family in Dutse, Jigawa State, that saw him as little prince, was later to become a politician after acquiring Western education.
Sule offers us an insight into his childhood in Bamaina village, that is in Jigawa State. His basic schooling in Birnin Kudu and Barelo College area. His working life and rich political career. Bamaina, where Sule was born in 1948, was a small agricultural village inhabited by Fulani cattle rearers. His father and uncle were the administrative and spiritual leaders of the village. This conferred on Sule a privileged status as a village prince. As he puts it in the book, I was born into a life of affluence, but I grew up with a tenacious sense of empathy towards the less privileged. This aristocratic cattle rearer was fortunate to escape the bleak life of cattle rearing when the then Emir of Kano, Muhammad Sanusi, forced his father to enroll him in Western education schools, first in Birnin Kudu and later Balua Zaria.
He said Lamido attempted governorship elections several times before he eventually got it and made a lot of impact on his people. However, in his vote of thanks, Lamido salutes all those that stood by him while writing his memories.
My gratitude to the Excellencies, Your Highnesses, and other brothers and sisters together here for finding time to be here with me. Before I end my remarks, I would like to appeal to the President, President Tinubu, to close the chapter of June 12th. In his book, General Babangida revealed that Abiola won the election. He said that. When I went to him, he said that Abiola, the election was because Abiola was being owed 45 billion naira. And therefore, if he became the president, he was going to pay the money. So it means Abiola is being doubly punished. In his own presidency and also his own money. So please, tell the president, please let him pay to Abiola family the money for which he has been suffering, for which he has been died on presidency, 45 billion naira. It's very
Prominent among those that attended the lunch, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, who unveiled the book, Senator Gabriel Suswam, former Governor of Benue State, Ken Nnamani, former Senate President, and Namadi Sambo, Vice President to former President Goodluck Jonathan.